Hi friends, Shannon here with Cat Scrappiness Creative Crew, and today I'm going to do some no-line coloring with the Autumn Lantern add-on stamp set. Now what I've gone ahead and done ahead of time, I'll show you an example with the black ink, is I have used the stamp set to, I'm getting a bad glare for my lights, to create a scene. And what I did was I masked the images instead of die cutting images because I don't have the die cut or the dies for this set. So what I've done is, and I'll explain it to you, I'm not going to show you how I did it on this card, though I may show you on a future card, but there are a few images. Basically, when you're going to mask a scene and you're going to have items overlapping, what you do is you first stamp the images that are in the foreground. Whatever is going to be in front of other items is what you stamp first. So here I have this cluster of flowers here, and I wanted that entire cluster to show. And then the mushrooms are in front of the pumpkin. So what I did was I stamped just those two images. I also stamped them on some low-tack masking paper. Then I fussy cut those images out. Next, what I did was I put the masking paper on the fussy cut masking paper on top of the images that were already stamped, and then I stamped the two pumpkins behind while it was on top of the images, but because they were masked, the lines won't overlap those images. I hope that is clear. Like I said, I may show you on another video, but today I'm just going to show you some no-line coloring. Another thing that I did is when I stamped the images for my no-line coloring scene, is I used an ink called, or you can basically use any kind of ink that's okay for watercoloring over or using with alcohol markers. They're usually hybrid inks, and you can use them in a light color. I know Cat is bringing something into stock. It is a disappearing ink by Crafter's Companion. I don't have that yet, so I just used what I have on hand, and this is just antique linen distress ink that I stamped these images in. So I am going to zoom in so that you can see my coloring, and the medium I'm using today is Zig Clean Color Real Brush Markers, and I will let you know before each color which color I'm using. And I'm starting off with number 52, Bright Yellow, and we're going to start with the sunflower. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline several of the petals, the flower petals on the sunflower, and I'm not going to outline them each petal 100%. I'm going to just come around where the petal is overlapping another, and then just beyond where it overlaps. And then the next one that's underneath, I'm just doing a little bit beyond the area where it's being overlapped by another petal. And also I'm outlining the little crease that's in the leaf, in the center of the leaf. So I'll do this on several of the, I said leaf, I meant petals. I'll do this on several of the petals, just outlining as I described, but leaving a small portion of the tip of the leaf to be filled in with another color. Now, another thing that's very important when you're using the Zig Clean Color Real Brush Markers is to use a paper that is compatible with them. And the paper that I'm using is Bristol Smooth paper, and I think the brand is Strathmore Bristol Smooth. So I'll just outline a few more of these petals. Not forgetting the little indentations in the leaf, or petals. I want to call them leaves. And I'll finish about a third of the leaves. Petals. Why do I keep saying that? Okay. The next color I'm going to use is 050 Yellow. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to just start from where the orange, or the previous color I put down, the bright yellow, and I'm going to drag that up just a little bit, just kind of blending it out, and then I'll also complete the outline. So dragging a little bit of that orangey color out, and finish the outline on the petals. So I'll do that on the remaining petals here. Blend a little bit of the orange, pull it up over the tip of the petal. And what that will do is it blends the two colors together. So it will, the area where I put down the first color will remain darker, but it will also, because I only did a few of the leaves, it will remain wet and allow the inks to blend. Next, I'm taking the 999. This is the clear blender pen, and I'm going to pull this up, all the color that's there, all the way to the tip. And what it's going to do is become lighter towards the end of the tip, or the tip of the petal. And as I'm doing this, I'm taking the ink off of the blender pen onto a scratch piece of paper. It basically, it will blend the color that's down, but it also will saturate the tip of the blender pen with that color. So I don't want it to remain heavy. That's the reason why I keep wiping it off on the scratch piece of paper, so that it returns to clear. Blend that out to the tip and wipe off the tip of the marker before I go to the next petal. I was saying the paper, the best paper that I've found to use with the Bristol Smooth, with the Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers is the Bristol Smooth paper. And the reason is that if you use something like a Nina Classic Crest paper, you will notice pilling of the paper because it doesn't have the smooth texture, or I think it might, the Bristol Smooth may even be treated with, you know, I don't know much about paper, so I can't say for sure, but it could be treated with a product that will prevent the paper from pilling. And Bristol Smooth is a type of paper, not a brand. The brand that I'm using is the Strathmore brand. Bristol Smooth is a type, so there are other brands of Bristol Smooth cardstock besides the Strathmore. I've used Canson brand and another brand that starts with a K, and I can't remember the name of it. And I explained earlier that I'm only doing approximately 1/3 of the petals at a time. And I'm not sure if I explained that the reason that I do that is so the ink remains wet, allowing me to blend the two colors and use also that clear blender pen. If you were to outline all of the petals, you run the risk of the ink drying out before you come with the second color. So here I'm doing the same thing that I did with the first third of the flower. Is that right? How you say that? Just blending up that, this is the second color, blending up that orangey yellow color with the second color and completing the outline of the petal. And I'll finish it off with the clear blender pen. And again, blend that out to the tip, clean the tip on the scratch paper, and move on to the next petal. If you are enjoying this video and would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to give a thumbs up. We appreciate all of your support here at Cat Scrappiness. And let's see, finishing off the last third of the flower. Whoops, outline that one all the way. It's funny, it's hard to talk and concentrate on what I'm doing at the same time. Also, if you find it hard to, because the ink is such a light ink, keeping the stamp set nearby so that you can differentiate the different images from them can be handy. So I do have the stamp set nearby just in case I can't tell if it's a part of a petal or the portion of a leaf. So it's easier to, when you see it in the black ink, to differentiate the different images from each other. And now I'm going to finish off this card. I will show the color that I'm using before I use it. I will show the camera the color, and I'm going to let you listen to some music while I finish this up. Okay, so now that the coloring is done, I am going to give it a second to dry, and I'll be right back. So to finish this card off, I have gone ahead and layered it on top of a piece of, this is double-sided premium cardstock. It comes from a 6x6 paper pad called Lumberyard that you can find in the Cat Scrappiness store. I am going to leave the sentiment off, and so I can save this card for an occasion to be determined. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the Cat Scrappiness channel. We appreciate all of your support. Bye for now.